TSA. I just wanted to go over a pretty good topic, something that's argumented a lot. Sometimes, since I deal with a lot of coaches tell me what they're doing with their athletes, especially getting them ready. Doesn't matter what level, middle school, high school, college, it doesn't matter. I see a lot of this done wrong, and I just want to make it a point to express what you should be doing. So I'm going to give you 3 tips on basically how to condition for any sport. It does not matter the sport. One of the first things that you must understand, that one of the best ways to condition for your sport is practicing how you play. What are your skills? You want, so a term that I'll put out there is basically sport specific. So regardless of the sport, there are various specific drills that you're going to do to practice how you play. Regardless if it's basketball, baseball, football, lacrosse, anytime we practice, you've been a part of sport your whole life, you're basically running different drills. Your coaches make you do different drills. You want to run these sport-specific drills, multiple, if I can spell right now, reps, short rest periods. So I'll think of, since football is on my mind right now, I have a lot of football players. Off season, I'll think of receivers. Receivers, can you run multiple routes while you're fatigued and still be efficient and effective? Say there's a big offensive drive. So think about that. You're just running multiple routes, working your way up the field. Short, go, go, go. Obviously hitting different patterns, hitting different movements, blah, blah, blah. So that's one thing that refers to all of them. I'll start on the bottom. My number 3, the best tip I could give you, prowler sprints. I used to say that use both sides. I've found personally that working on only the high side doesn't really make a difference. I used to think that working on the low side, since it's harder, makes you more miserable. Making it more miserable doesn't mean that you're being more effective. So you want to work these 2 different ways. You could go something like, think of I'm specifically talking about football. Think of 15 seconds on, 15 to 20 seconds, which is an average play in football, and then basically 15 to 20 seconds off, because that's basically what an average huddle is. So you're working a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Multiple ways. You could do that a bunch of distances. You could keep working progressively longer if you have that much space. Another way I like to do this is basically sprint with the prowler, set distance, right? However, 40 yards, 30 yards, all out sprint, right? Sport specific drill, back to the sprint, back to possibly a different drill. This will, obviously you're fatiguing, stressing the system. You're gonna do the sport specific drill in a slightly fatigued state. Back to here, second time, 2-3 times right through, depending on how far you're out, depending how close you are to your season, will do the trick in conditioning you for your training, for your conditioning. So that's basically what I like to do with prowlers. There's a lot more you can do, but we'll keep going. Number 2, one of my fan favorites that always hits close to home is strongman training. So they're kind of awkward, kind of all over the place. Obviously, we all know tire flips, sled drags, farmers, etc. We understand what you want to do these in a circuit or medley fashion. Same thing, all this is, it makes stuff fun and interesting, and basically what we call loaded conditioning. That's one of the key elements to making sure that you're conditioning correctly. If you do stuff loaded and stress the entire body and stress the system, the overall effect that you have is going to be a greater effect. You could even do these, as like I said, circuit medley, or add in, again, refer back to sport specific. Whatever drill, doesn't matter if whatever sport you play. Always refer back to sport. Always refer back to what the needs and demands of the sport are. And my number 1 way is just that, sport specific. Like I said earlier, multiple reps, or multiple sets, really. Short rest periods is going to get you in shape, and it's going to condition you the best overall way, because you're practicing how you play. You're matching the needs and demands of your sport, and you're getting in the work that you need to do anyway. You want to make sure that you could perform when you're in a fatigue state, which is one of the biggest things why people lose, is because they're not conditioned properly. So running basically those 300-yard shuttles, running long distances straight, blah, 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 which, like I keep referring back to football, in the sport of football, it never happens. You basically play football in a 10-yard box, since a lot of lateral movement, a lot of agility, tons of movement, side, it's chaotic sport all over the place. It's not a one-directional move. So regardless of your sport, regardless of what you're playing, this is basically the best way to get you in shape for your sport. So this is Lou from TSA. Hit me up with questions, drop a comment down below. Talk to you guys later.